So as you may know from previous videos, or if you follow me on Twitter, link in the description by the way, I now own an Xbox Series S, and I actually got it from a trade-in from a PC that I flipped. And to be honest, performance so far, I'm pretty impressed. So I thought, hey, I may as well just give my thoughts on it, see what it's like, and to be honest, as a spoiler, I think it's pretty good. Okay, and I'll start off with the specs. So the specs in this are actually pretty impressive. It's got a 4 teraflop GPU, it's got 10 gigs of GDDR6 memory, which is shared between the graphics and the system memory. It also has an 8-core 16-thread Zen 2 based processor, which is pretty nice, and pairing that with a 512 gig NVMe SSD. This thing can also output 1440p natively, and it can also upscale to 4K as well, which is not the best, but hey, at least it's got the upscaling there. No matter what way you cut it though, it is a massive upgrade over the Xbox One. The Xbox One was not the best. That's the console that actually threw me off console gaming and turned me to PC gaming. But yeah, Microsoft have done really well with the Series S. I'm going to put that out there now. It is actually a very good value oriented console. The first thing you'll notice about the Series S is it's actually really tiny. This is it, well, in my hands right now, and to be honest, my 1080 Ti is about the same size as this thing, so yeah, it's tiny. It'll pretty much fit into any entertainment suite, anything like that, so you've got no troubles fitting it in small tight spaces, stuff like that. Acoustics wise, there's no issues there at all. It is dead silent, you won't even hear the thing. It's definitely much quieter than my PC, even when my PC is at idle. And yeah, you just won't hear the thing at all. With the controller, as always, Microsoft have improved upon the last generation one, and I think Microsoft have pretty much almost perfected the controller. It's just so great. I use it mainly for PC, because there's like weird issues with Bluetooth and stuff like that on PC sometimes. So I've got it wired into my PC. Okay, so all of that out of the way, what is gaming actually like on the Series S? And to be honest, from a PC gamer's perspective, not too bad, especially for the price you're paying. This costs only £250 in the UK. And yeah, for £250, nothing even comes close to this gaming experience. Obviously, gaming is a step down from my PC or the Xbox Series X, but it's 200 quid less than the Xbox Series X, and it's considerably less than my PC. And for what you get is completely amazing. The gaming is quite good on this, and it's a really good way for more budget-oriented gamers to get their foot in the door for next gen. With most games looking incredibly crisp on this, there is an obvious lack of detail compared to PC or the Series X, but these are the downgrades that are necessary to get them to run properly on the 4 teraflop GPU, but most of this isn't noticeable to the average gamer. And this isn't especially a problem for games which allow you to choose quality or performance. So if you want more performance, a higher frame rate, go for the performance preset. If you want a higher quality and a more immersive experience, go for higher quality. Some game developers allow you to do this, but not all. Dirt 5, a game that I've used, lets you choose between these. I choose the quality preset, as I've only got a basic 1080p 60Hz TN panel monitor. I know it's not the best sort of gaming monitor, but yeah. One of the best features that this console has is Quick Resume. Quick Resume allows you to jump between games really quickly. I will demonstrate that on screen now. So essentially, say if you're tearing up the streets in GTA 5 and you want to switch to Dirt 5 and tear up muddy tracks, I suppose, you can do that pretty much instantly. It only takes a few seconds and you jump in between games like that. And thanks to the NVMe SSD and the 10GB of GDDR6 memory, loading times are pretty much getting to the point where they're non-existent. They are so quick. Like, I know it's an old gen game, but GTA 5, when you load into story mode, because the servers are a bit wacky, it's pretty much instant. It just goes. However, this isn't a totally biased review towards Microsoft. There are some downsides to the Xbox Series S. The SSD is only 512 gigs, and there's only about 374 gigabytes, I think, available out of the box, which, to be honest, considering that games like Call of Duty exist, that's not a lot, and you're gonna have to be forking out for extra external hard drives or the quite overpriced Seagate 1TB expansion SSD, which I think is a bit overpriced, but there's my verdict on that. This isn't the biggest issue in the world. You can always buy an external hard drive from Western Digital or Seagate or something like that if you're playing games where loading times do not really matter. And even then it will still be faster than the Xbox One because it's on a separate drive to the operating system. Another cause for concern in the future is the 4th teraflop GPU. Now it is pretty okay. I think on terms of computing power it's about similar to a 3GB GTX 1060. But now it's fine for the console because it's extremely optimised. But in a few years time we may see the Xbox Series S becoming more obsolete than let's say the Xbox Series X or the PS5. However, I don't know how developers are going to optimise their games because games on Xbox for the most part are really optimised very, very well, as that's where most of their audience is. So yeah, that might not be a problem, or it could be, only time can tell. But in the end of the day, you are spending a whole £200 less for the Series S over the Series X. And yeah, some sacrifices are going to be made at the end of the day. But however, for the price, this thing is totally unbeatable. You cannot get a better gaming experience. You cannot get a better gaming experience for 250 quid unless if you've got some friend who just gives you 2080 Ti's for no reason and 3950Xs. To give my verdict on the Xbox Series S as a PC gamer, I'm truly utterly impressed with it. And don't worry, I'm not turning into Pro Yam Yam Xbox anytime soon. I'm sticking to Pro Yam Yam PC. But I don't mind gaming on this thing. Like, I've got Game Pass, so some of the games I can only play with people on Xbox. So GTA 5 is a big example because Rockstar don't do crossplay for some reason. So playing GTA 5 with friends is quite fun. And yeah, I kind of miss the console experience, to be honest. And who is the Xbox Series S for? It is for the budget-oriented gamer who can't justify spending the extra 200 quid for the Xbox Series X, or people that just want to get their foot in the front door. So I'm going to leave it there. So if you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And stay subscribed for future tech content. And I'll catch you in the next one.